Hello and welcome to another video from Midas Touch Toys, Games and Collectibles. And today we're looking at, well, the 1967, I'm going to say 1967 release by Dinky Toys from the Gerry Andersons series of die-cast models. And this particular model we're going to be looking at today is from Gerry Andersons TV series Joe 90. And the vehicle we're looking at is of Joe's car. The jet air car, the flying car. Although it says on this one it's Joe's car, but it was actually driven by Mac, Professor McLean, in the television series. So anyway, but this is the item we're looking at today. Now, I didn't think they started producing this particular model until 1969, and I think they made it up until about 1976. But stamped on the back of this model, it's got the year, which is 1967. So maybe it was a couple of years earlier, or maybe they started manufacturing a couple of years earlier. And they didn't release it until 2 years later. So anyway, this is the box it comes in. And it says, direct from Joe 90. You've got a Joe 90 logo. And there is an image of Joe's car, or the jet air car, whatever you like to call it. And it's Dinky Toys number 102. Okay, so that is the front of the box. That's a really nice image of the actual car itself, which is, yeah, even though it's an artwork image, it's very good. Let's just turn the box to the side, and it says Dinky Toys Joe's car, based on the Gerry Anderson TV series Joe 90, Association Television Overseas Limited, licensed by Century 21, Merchandise Limited, London, England. If you can see that. Now, I can't read the rest of it because that is in a foreign language, so we come back to that in a second. We turn the box around to the opposite side, and we got the same again. Direct from Joe 90, the same image, Dinky Toys 102, Joe's car. And if I go around to the, I need to turn the box over to the other side. And it says on this side, Dinky Toys, Joe's car, automatic opening wings and extending tail fins. Flashing engine exhaust, plated twin aero turbine engines, dual headlights, independent suspension, and there is a almost like a blueprint image or a shadow image of the model itself. Okay, at the end of the box, Dinky Toys 102, Joe's car, and it's pretty much the same on the other end. Yeah, Dinky Toys 102, Joe's car, as you can see. Okay. So that is the model. Oh, that is the box. What we're going to do now is going to open the box, and we are going to take it out and have a look at it in more detail. Okay, so I have removed the model from the box, and you can see the model comes on this display plinth. And the display plinth says, direct from Joe 90, and again, you've got the Joe 90 logo, you've got Dinky Toys, and then you've got an artwork image of the model of Joe's car. And it's got automatic opening wings and extending tail fins, flashing engine exhaust, independent suspension. I'm just going to move the model out of the way. And we're going to pick this up, and it says Dinky Toys 102, Joe's car. It's a little bit worn where the model has been sitting on it. Dinky Toys 102. And the same on this side, Dinky Toys 102, and the rest of it is completely, that's just yellow to match the box, I'd imagine. And that is it. That's the stand, or the display plinth, if you like. But let's have a look at the Joe's car itself. Now, this is always one of my favourites when I was a kid, being that the car was a flying car. I mean, it just made it so special for us, especially when we were watching our favourite television programme, Joe 90. And the Mac's car came out, and Mac was taking Joe somewhere, and they would either be stuck in traffic or being pursued by somebody, and they take flight, and away they go. So it's got the wings, and the wings come out by the press of a button. So you can see you've got the button on the bottom here. And if we press that button, out pop the wings. So you've got the back wings there, and you've got the front wings there, and that comes out. And obviously then the aircraft can take off, and it can go into flight mode. Okay, and to close them up, you just close the two wings together, and that reloads the spring mechanism and closes the back fins up as well. Okay, you can see in the cockpit, now I think that's supposed to be Joe 90 driving the car, although he never drives the car in the TV program, but perhaps he's had Professor McLean's brainwave transferred into the big rat, and he's now able to drive the car, which is what his missions are all about. So yeah, so there's the cockpit is all intact, and the glass for the cockpit is all intact. And you can see this one's got the chrome engines. There was a version that had the red engines, but I don't think that was, I think that was coming right to the end of the last few models that were produced. This one's all chrome. You've got the light at the back there, which we'll come to in a second. And you've got the sprung suspension at the back there. You can see the oh, maybe I'm not far enough back. There you go. So you can see the springiness in the back wheels there, as because it's on a sprung suspension, and the same at the front. You can see that the suspension pops down. You've got dual headlights, you can see at the front there, and if I turn it over underneath, you can see, well, let's read what we got on the bottom here. So you've got the on-off switch here. It's currently it's on off. You've got the Dinky Toys, Joe's car, and that is made under license from ATV Entertainment. Sorry, ATV Overseas 1967. Now that's why I said 1967. You can just see that on the bottom of the model there. I don't want to come in too quick because I'll lose the focus. There we go. So ATV Overseas Limited 1967, and you can see it's got Dinky Toys 101 and Meccano Limited England there. Oh, sorry, Dinky Toys 102 and Meccano Limited England there. Now, as I say, this is stamped 1967. Now, maybe that's when the license was granted for them to produce the model. But I say I didn't think they were actually out until 1969 to 1976. I thought that was the 8-year run of this model. But as I say, I could be wrong. I don't know for sure. But, okay, now, there is a battery. I have put a battery in the bottom of this one so that we can see it lit up. So I'm just going to turn it on. And there we can see the light at the back is lit up, and it should be flashing. So it's just about starting to flash. So you can see that, I don't know why it's not flashing properly, but it's at least it lights up, because in most of these models you have that lighted mechanism doesn't work anymore. They don't light up at all. Now that's on full now, but it should actually flash just like this. So if I push the model a bit, it's flashing a little bit, it's dimming, and the light's dimming and getting stronger a bit, but you know, we're talking something that's 57 years old. It's you know, if anything's not going to work properly, it's going to be this. But at least you know the lighting system is actually still working on this, and you can see it is lit up, and it does look the part lit up. I mean, it may start to flash after a while. It is still dimming and flashing a little bit, as you can see, but not quite as it should be. I don't think. I'm sure it's meant to do more than that. Okay, well, let's turn it off because I don't want to drain the battery. Let's have a look at the size wise. So we are looking at a total length of, from the very front of the nose, tip of the nose cone to the back of the wheels, we're looking at 14 centimeters. If we measure across the widest point of here, which is probably across the back wheels, we're looking at 7.5 centimeters, and the front wheels are 7 centimeters. But if we extend the wings and we measure across the wingspan, we're looking at 13 centimeters. And then height wise, again, if we measure from the bottom of the, let's just close those wings up, the bottom of the wheel to the top of the cockpit roof, really, I should say, we're looking at 7 centimeters. So that gives you a good idea of the size of this particular model. And what a wonderful model it is. I mean, it was always one of my favorites. And I know this particular one is one of the earliest versions that they produced. And that's again because you got the white stripes on the wings. You got the white tip on the top of the bar that runs across from the cockpit to the chrome engines and to the light. And on the later ones, they didn't have or some of them didn't have the on-off switch mentioned as on-off, and some of the later ones also didn't have the licensing information at the bottom there. That was taken off. So, but this is one of the very early ones, and hence the 1967 date stamp on the bottom. And yeah, as you can see, it is such a lovely model, and it does display really nice. If we put it, well, actually I'm going to have to close the wings up to put it back on the display plinth, and the holes on the display plinth have somewhat elongated because of the model being sitting in it for a while. But it does look absolutely fantastic on display, and really does look the part. And again, it was another fantastic model that Dinky Toys produced. So, $1 million question, how well did this do? Well, for it to be redone, re-released over a period of 8 years, it obviously done very well. The sales on this, again, when Joe 90 was on television, was when it was first released. I can remember for my birthday, I got Sam's car, and I was incredibly disappointed because I wanted the Joe's flying car, and a lot of my friends had Joe's flying car, but I didn't. I only got the Sam Louver's car, even though it was a great car. It's one of the pullback ones. It was just a very, very good car, I should say. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to put it down at all because it is a very, very good model. But for me as a little boy, when I wanted this one and I got the one I didn't want, I was very disappointed. However, that was for my birthday, and then Christmas come along, I did finally get Joe's car. So, but it did, as I say, this model ran for 8 years. It's hugely popular. Back in the 1960s, late 60s, when Joe 90 first came out, it was a big thing with the Dinky Toys. And then, of course, the television series moved into the 70s. We moved into the 70s. The television series was then on Saturday morning television for kids. And it was on weekly. So you had Thunderbirds, you had Joe 90, you had Captain Scarlet, you had all the Gerry Anderson television shows being run on the Saturday morning. So it was Saturday morning kids television. And they run them again throughout the 70s, and so the models were still very popular with the kids really right up until the late 70s, when the series then came off air again, and didn't come back on air until the 90s. I think 93 or something like that. It was back on mainstream television. But during that time, during that initial run of years from the 60s, 70s, it was incredibly popular. We had no way of rewatching our television programs as kids back then. There was no videos or streaming services available. So if we didn't see the TV show when it was shown on television, we had to wait for the reruns. And like I say, for the television, children's television, they did rerun them quite regularly. So it wasn't as if you're going to miss out totally. But if you're a big Joe 90 fan, and its series finished and Captain Scarlet come on, you was a bit disappointed. But there we are. Anyway, so yes, the model's done exceptionally well. They sold, I don't know how many, but big numbers of this particular model. Now, age-old question, do they come out on platforms? Yes, of course they do. There were so many of these made. They do appear on the platforms in various different conditions. So you can always find them in excellent condition with very, very little paint loss, if any. You can find them as good as this one. Very rarely do you find the ones where the light still works. That is one of the big pluses on this particular model we're looking at today, is because the light still works. Most of the models that we've had, this particular model we've had, the lights have not worked, and no matter what you do, you just cannot seem to get it to work. But this is very good because the lighting system is still working. Yeah, so like I say, there's loads and loads of these that appear on the platforms. Usually, well, most of them are without the boxes. Most of them are chipped and damaged and have been played with and well loved over the years. And there's skirmishes. Some are missing the cockpit and the pilot. Some are missing the red light at the back. Some of them, the wings don't pop open properly anymore. Some are missing the booster rockets, the chrome rockets. There's so many different things. Some are missing tires. But then you've got some that are in fantastic condition. You've also got some that people have restored. So there's a lot of variety out there on the platforms. The only thing I would say is if you're buying on a platform, as I always do, be vigilant about what you're buying. Look at the item, look at the images, because somebody's definition of very good condition could be somebody else's definition of acceptable condition. And there's a big gap there. And it's not, most of them are not really, it's all down to the seller's perspective of what the condition of the vehicle is, of the model is at the end of the day. So just be very, very careful and make sure you have a good look at the images before you actually order. Or alternatively, this particular model we have available on our Midas Touch website, which you can get to quite simply by clicking the link below. It will take you straight to the website, where you'll be able to find this and many other vintage Gerry Anderson items and many other vintage toys, games and collectibles. Come to that. There's over 10,000 products currently available on the website for you to view and purchase at your leisure. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button, because we're uploading videos for every new item that goes into the website. There will be something for everybody, and I am absolutely positive that this is something you will not want to miss, because we literally have thousands and thousands of new products which we're shooting videos for and uploading on a daily basis. So if there is something in particular you're looking for, something old that you've never been able to find, something quirky you might want to buy for a friend, or maybe just something from your childhood that you'd like to own again to help you recuperate those long lost childhood memories, well, stay tuned, keep watching, because you never know, the next item we upload could be that item you've been looking for. Okay, that is it for me on this particular item. I do hope you've enjoyed reviewing this wonderful Joe 90 Joe's car with me. Thank you for watching, and we will see you again next video.